Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store, affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo, this is the Mundane Matt channel, and you know, there are many times in my life where I have wanted to drop everything and just run away. When I was a child, when I was an adolescent, when I was a teenager, even now that I'm a 35-year-old man who owns a home and has a child on the way, there are many times where my gut instinct is just to run, flee to Canada. Live up there, the Great White North, amongst my people. My family's from Canada, not white people. But essentially, that fear, I think, is in a lot of us, and we never act on it. Though when you're younger, sometimes that happens, and it's always, you know, it's never good. Okay, but sometimes, you know, it can be somewhat cute, given how the story plays out, and other times it can be horrifying and shows you how exactly people can get around security issues. And that's what this story is a combination of the last two there. So what we have here is a runaway 7-year-old takes train to airport, boards plane with no ticket. Now, I don't know about you, but just the headline alone tells me, movie! This could easily be a film somewhere down the road. What we have here is from Geneva, because clearly this is Geneva. They have such lax laws that I don't even know, Geneva. A 7-year-old girl who ran away from her parents managed to take a train to the Geneva airport and board a plane despite having no ticket. Now, I have you know, like, always trying to figure out how to get around paying for travel. Right? It never really works the way I wanted to. I thought about being an air courier after I watched the 2004 comedy film Eurotrip. I'm like, I could totally do that. I could totally go to Europe and just hand someone a package and make sure it gets there. But it never really worked out. You don't save that much money in the long run. But to take a train at the age of 7 to the airport and board a flight without being stopped or asked for a ticket is just magical to me. Magical, yes. I'm glad the girl is not harmed. I'm glad everything is fine. But the story itself, the gumption of the girl to get away from her family is priceless. You put this to a good backdrop, a good story mixed in there, right? Reverse Home Alone. You treat this, no. I'm just putting out there right now. You treat this like a reverse Home Alone. So instead of him or her being home alone, mom has to fight her way back. It's now parents are gone. Daughter has to fight her way to the parents in order to have a happy Christmas. There you go. It's not Home Alone. It's On the Road Alone. A PG-rated film where nothing bad happens in the long run. Anyway, it says here, the girl gave her parents the slip near Geneva Central Railway Station on Sunday, then took the one-stop ride to the airport. Her parents rang Swiss police, who tracked the progress through the airport on security videos. Airport spokesman Bertrand said, I can't even pronounce his last name, I'm not even going to try. Stamfley? Whatever, calling him Bertrand, because that's a cool name. Anyway, she went through the security gate and managed to pass herself off as the child of adults around her before using her small stature to slip through the departure gate without being noticed and boarding a plane. They should probably not talk about this and how she did it, because you know, some people from parts unknown in the Middle East are going to look at this and go, huh, we too have small children. We too can slip them through undetected. No, we don't want that. We don't want that at all. But when it comes off as passing off as a child of somebody else's, that tactic literally works. Before I turned 17 years old and I wanted to go see those R-rated films that all the older kids were raving about, I had no way of getting past security at the movie theater unless I talked my mom into purchasing my ticket for me and then buggering off so I could go watch the movie. Now, what I would do once acquiring the ticket, because my mom is pretty cool, is I would then wait in between the box offices, right? My theater had 2 box offices, and I would wait for people to buy tickets to the same movie I was going to go see. And then I would just follow them in, and I would hand the ticket taker my ticket right behind the other people, you know, and then they would never question it. They would think that we were together, that I was their child. And then I would just walk into the theater and there was never any questions asked. Most people won't ever care what you do if you look like you know what you're doing. There's a line about that, you know, like there's a line. I think it was a friend of mine, Failure Accomplished, here on YouTube. Good guy. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. He, before VidCon started, walked into VidCon just because he looks like a Teamster. He looks like one of those guys that's building sets and stuff, and he just walked in all confident and no one said a word to him. So he got to walk around there for a while. Like, these things happen, and it's not entirely uncommon. Children, no one ever wants to look, you know, no one ever looks twice at children, period. They never do. So this girl played it quite well. She's very crafty and an adept 7-year-old. On her first attempt, she followed a crew toward the plane and was turned back. She melted into the crowd and pretended to go look for her parents. The second time she managed to get onto a plane, was spotted by an official, stopped, and handed over to the police. She almost got away with it, right? Now, granted, on a plane, clearly that would happen, you know. I mean, the flights, you know, they know how many people are going to be there. They take a head count. She was going to get caught on a plane. There's quite literally no other way around it. The only way it would have worked essentially would have been if she would have found someone who had fallen asleep maybe and taken their boarding pass and then use that. Because when they go and, you know, they scan the boarding pass as you go onto the flight, but they scan it and that's it. They don't look twice at you. And so she could have possibly pulled that one off had the person still been asleep and then made it to the destination, wherever that destination might have been. Now, the spokesperson declined to say which airline was involved or where it was flying to, but he said it was leaving from the airport's French sector and the destination was in France. What do we know has happened in France quite a bit? ISIS. Little girl slipped through security. She's clearly a cell. The Geneva airport straddles a French-Swiss border, and the passengers can leave France or Switzerland. The airport said in a statement that it would tighten safety rules and boarding procedures as a result of what it called a highly regrettable incident. This should have never happened. It should have never happened, but it did happen, and let's be realistic here. It's cute as hell. All in all, I'm very glad the girl is safe. I'm glad she's home. I would love to know her motivation here. I would love to know what prompted her to run away from her family, to board a train, to get to an airport and head towards France. Was that where grandma or grandpa was? Is that where a family member or a friend, a boy she met over the summer that she's just longing for in the version of a crush? Who knows? But I would love to know more about her. I think that's a very interesting person, because she wasn't like she just kind of found herself there and found herself in that situation. She literally went to go do it. She literally made that move. And that is awesome. It's so awesome. Someone will turn that story into a feel-good family film one day. Mark my words on that one. Hey guys, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below. I love to read your guys' input. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel, there's the Amazon affiliate store, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Bitcoin. And if you're bored and you want something else to watch, check out 3 Buck Theater up here. My name is Matt Jarbo. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.